Hello. In this video, we are going to be doing circles. First, we have the standard form of a circle, which is parentheses x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared, where the center is hk and the radius is r. Second, the general form is a x squared plus b y squared plus dx plus ey plus f equals 0, where a is not equal to 0, a, d, e, f are in z. Z is the mathematical set for the integers. Now, I want you to take note that these are all integers. None of them are fractions. A is not 0. We also have that B should be equal to A. Write an equation of a circle described in both standard form and general form. Sketch the graph. We have the center is 2/3, negative 1/2, and the radius is 3/2. So there's the graph. So if I graph the point 2/3, negative 1/2, and then I draw a radius that is 3/2, and then I draw a circle. Now I drew this with my compass and straight edge, and that 3/2 is not necessarily an inch and a half. It's just some radius so that I could draw a nice neat circle. In standard form, I have x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. My center makes this x minus 2/3 squared plus y plus 1/2 squared equals 3/2 squared. Then when I simplify this, I get x minus 2/3 squared plus y minus 1/2 squared equals 9/4. Now, to write this in standard form, go from standard form to general form, what I have to do is I have to multiply out the standard form. So I have to multiply this thing out. So that means expand those two binomials. So recall that a plus b squared is equal to a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. Now I could put those two parentheses side by side and FOIL them out or multiply them out using the distributive property twice. But if I use this little formula to say, then what I have is I have x minus 2/3 squared equals x squared minus 2 times x times 2/3 plus minus 4/3 x plus 4/9. Then y minus 1/2 squared becomes y squared minus 2y times 1/2 plus 1/2 squared, which is y squared minus y, because 2 times 1/2 is 1, plus 1/4. Now I'm going to substitute that back into the standard form, and I get x squared minus 4/3 x plus 4/9 plus y squared minus y plus 1/4 equals 9/4. How do I get rid of all those fractions? Well, my LCD is 36 because 3 goes into 9, and 9 and 4 is 36. If I multiply every term by 36, then I will get rid of all my fractions. So I have 36x, then 36 times 4/3 x plus 36 times 4/9 plus 36 times y squared minus 36y plus 36 times 1/4 equals 36 times 9/4. Simplify. 36x squared minus 48x plus 16 plus 36y squared minus 36y plus 9 equals 81. If you notice, I could have gone back up to the top and I could have added my fractions at the very beginning before I multiplied by the LCD and simplified, but I didn't want to have to get an LCD between 4/9, 1/4, and 9/4. That's why I multiplied by the LCD. Now it's easier to set it equal to 0 and add the whole numbers than it was to try to add the fractions or subtract the fractions. So now I'm going to set it equal to 0 and combine the like terms. So I have my final general form is 36x squared plus 36y squared minus 48x minus 36y minus 56 equals 0. Next example. Write an equation of the circle described in both standard form and general form and sketch the graph. -3, 5 and 2, 4 are the endpoints of the diameter. Find the midpoint of the diameter, and this point will be the center. So the midpoint is 1/2 x2 plus x1, y2 plus y1, so 1/2 -3 plus 2, 5 plus 4, so that's 1/2 -1 not, 9, and so that's -1/2 9/2 is the center. Find the length of the radius, the distance from the center to one of the endpoints of the diameter. So I'm going to use 2, 4. So the distance is the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. So that's the square root of 2 plus 1/2 squared plus 4 minus 9/2 squared. And that simplifies to the square root of 26 over 2. That cannot be simplified. I'm going to put this in standard form using x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. So that's x plus 1/2 squared plus y minus 9/2 squared equals 26 over 4. I have 26 over 4 because I squared the distance, which was the square root of 26 over 2. Squaring the square root makes the square root go away. Squaring the 2 gets 4. I graphed my diameter and I made a circle. So what I actually did, if you can tell, is I used constructions to find the perpendicular bisector of my diameter to find the center, and then that's how I drew my circle. To expand this from standard form to general form, I take x plus 1/2 squared plus y minus 9/2 squared equals 26 over 4. I simplify and multiply this out. X squared plus 2x plus 1/2 plus 1/4 plus y squared minus 2y plus 9/2 plus 81 over 4 equals 26 over 4. Combine alike terms. So you have x squared plus x plus 1/4 plus y squared minus 9y plus 81 over 4 equals 26 over 4. This time, because all the denominators are 4, I'm going to add the fractions and set it equal to 0. So I have x squared plus x plus y squared minus 9y equals 56 over 4 equals 0. So now I'm going to multiply all the terms by 4. So I have 4x squared plus y squared plus 4x minus 36y plus 56 equals 0. Express the equation in standard form. Sketch the graph if it's non-empty. We have x squared plus y squared minus 10x plus 4y plus 29 equals 0. Reorder the terms. Move the constant to the other side of the equation. So we have x squared minus 10x plus, we're going to have a blank, plus y squared plus 4y plus equals negative 29. Now, to fill in the blanks, we need to recall that we have a squared plus 2ab plus b squared, and we're going from that to a plus b quantity squared. So how do we find what b is? We're going from 2ab to the b squared. So how do we go from 2ab plus b squared to just b? So what we do is we have half of b and then square it. So what's half of negative 10 squared? So that's negative 5 squared, so that's 25. Then we do the same thing for the y portion. So that's half of b and squared. And so that's half of 4 squared is 2 squared, which is 4. Remember, what we do to one side, we have to do to the other. So we have to add 25 and 4 to the right side of the equation. The b is that half. So b is negative 5 for the x, and b is 2 for the y. So that tells us our standard form is x minus 5 squared plus y plus 2 squared equals 0. The 0 tells us that the graph is just a point, or the radius is 0. Next, express the equation in standard form and sketch the graph if it's non-empty. 9x squared plus 9y squared minus 18x minus 12y minus 23 equals 0. Divide by 9, reorder, and move the 23 to the other side. We have x squared minus 2x plus blank plus y squared minus 4/3 y plus blank equals 23/9. Half of b then squared, so that's half of negative 2 squared equals negative 1 squared is 1. For the y, we have half of b squared, so that's half of negative 4/3 squared is negative 2/3 squared is 4/9. We add the 1 and the 4/9 to the right side. When we combine 23/9 plus 9/9 plus 4/9, we have 36/9. Simplifying this, we have x minus 1 squared plus y minus 2/3 squared equals 4. Our center is 1/2, and our radius is 2. So our graph, we plot 1 2/3, and we draw our radius and make a circle. Circle properties. Tangent means that it hits at one point. So if I have a circle, then I draw a line that just hits at one point, that's a tangent. It doesn't have to be a circle. It could be a parabola, it could be an ellipse, it could be a hyperbola. It just means that it hits the graph at one point. For what values of k is the line x plus 2y plus k equal to 0 tangent to the circle x squared plus y squared minus 2x plus 4y plus 1 equal to 0? Solve for x in the line x equals minus 2y minus k. Put x into the equation for the circle, then find y. So we have minus 2y plus k squared plus y squared minus 2 parentheses minus 2y minus k close parentheses plus 4y plus 1 equals 0. Multiplying things out, we have 4y squared plus 2 times minus 2y minus k plus y squared plus k squared plus 4y plus 2k plus 4y plus 1 equals 0. Simplifies to 5y squared plus 4yk, or 4ky, same thing, plus k squared plus 8y plus 2k plus 1 equals 0. Reorder as powers of k, so that's k squared plus parentheses 4y plus 2 parentheses k plus parentheses 5y squared plus 8y plus 1 close parentheses equals 0. This gives us the quadratic in terms of k. K squared plus parentheses 4y plus 2 close parentheses k plus 8y squared plus 8y plus 1 close parentheses equals 0. We're going to use the quadratic formula to solve for k. So that's k equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a, where a equals 1, b equals 4y plus 2, and c equals 5y squared plus 8y plus 1. Substituting everything in, we have k equals negative parentheses 4y plus 2 close parentheses plus or minus the square root of parentheses 4y plus 2 close parentheses squared minus 4 times 1 times parentheses 5y squared plus 8y plus 1 close parentheses. All of that is over 2 times 1. For a tangent line, what is under the square root must be 0. That means that we need to show that parentheses 4y plus 2 squared minus 4 parentheses 5y squared plus 8y plus 1 must be equal to 0, which means we need to expand and combine alike terms. So we have 16y squared plus 16y plus 4 minus 20y squared minus 36y minus 4 equals 0. That leaves us minus 4y squared minus 16y equals 0. Factoring out, we have minus 4y parentheses y plus 4 equals 0, which tells us y equals 0 and negative 4. Knowing that y equals 0 and negative 4, and the equation of the circle x squared plus y squared minus 2x plus 4y plus 1 equals 0, and the equation of the line x plus 2y plus k equals 0, we need to find x, y, and k. If we have y equals 0, and we use the equation of the circle, x squared plus y squared minus 2x plus 4y plus 1, we can find that x squared minus 2x plus 1 equals 0. Factoring, we have x minus 1 times x minus 1, so x equals 1. For y equals to 4, and the equation of the circle, x squared minus 16 minus 2x plus 16 plus 1 equals 0, we find that x squared minus 2x plus 33 equals 0. This is not factorable. So we use the quadratic formula, and we have x equals negative 2 plus or minus the square root of 4 minus 4 times 1 times 33 all over 2 times 1, which equals 2 plus or minus the square root of negative 128 all over 2. This is imaginary, which does not have a solution, or not a real solution, let me say that. My husband would love to have that solution. He works in complex analysis. But it's not a solution for us. So we're going to only work with the x equals to 1 solution, the equation of the circle, the equation of the line. So we have the equation of the circle, x squared plus y squared minus 2x plus 4y plus 1 equals 0. X plus 2y plus k equals 0. X equals 1, y equals 0. So what's k? So we have x plus 2y plus k equals 0. Using x and y, we have 1 plus 2 times 0 equals k. So k equals negative 1. And we're done. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks!